Hello, folks. I would like to ask for likes, share, and subscribe. Early on in this video, I'm feeling a little bit of a stagnation in my YouTube channel. Anywho, so to begin with the topic of this video, I would like to talk about post exam inertia. It is something that I have seen people experiencing after the NEET exam, but I feel like it is something that I am experiencing right now as an intern. And so let's talk about it. So, inertia, as I understand, is something that is at rest will stay at rest unless it is acted on by a force, and something that is in motion will stay in motion unless something stops it. And uh, this inertia thing, so what happens is that you've been working really hard for a long time, wherein uh, the last few months are especially grueling, and those are the months where you kind of cut off from everything else and your sole focus is your exam. And of course, in the context of NEET, it is the exam you're preparing really hard for it. And at the end of the day, it's just 3 hours, 3 hours in on one day in 1 year. So yeah, you're done with your exam. Yes, you kind of in you are in the anticipation of your results. Maybe you're under stress that, oh, maybe it did not go well, maybe you're overconfident. And if you're under that stress, okay, sure, you'll have to find some way out. You either you'll start studying again, or maybe you'd like to let off a little steam and then, oh, let's start again. If you're confident or overconfident, of course you'll try to do other things. But that is where the problem begins. You've kind of lost touch with yourself. And sometimes you have those goals that especially, or those dreams that especially come into your mind when it's the last phase, and then you have your well, in context of MBBS exams, and you have your preparatory holidays, and all you can think about what you want to do once you're free. And the truth is, um, being free is taxing and it's expensive. So you can have a couple of goals in your mind, maybe three of them. Maybe you want to join a gym, you want to travel, you want to get something, or you to get into a hobby. But the point is that you've been studying for so long that your life kind of feels empty without having to open a book or your tablet or whatever you use to study. And okay, you'll try to fill your days, but it just fills you with rot. And I call freedom expensive because what are you going to do? I mean, my freedom in this internship is also expensive. Not that I would make it out to be a bad thing. I'm just saying it's expensive because what can I do on my free days? Like, okay, I can go home. I do go home every month. I do travel sometimes. So other than the what else can I do? Like, I can exercise and I try to do that. And I mean, like, the only options that I'm left with, at least in the sort of city that I am, is to go out and eat. And that kind of fuels my need to exercise. But yes, basically you have to go out, and if you go out, that means you're gonna have to shell out money. So yeah, it's kind of expensive. But that is a different story. If I talk about post NEET UG inertia, exam inertia, people have it in two different ways. One is that they'll stop immediately. Like inertia has two definitions, right? One is at being at rest, and the other one is being in motion. So some people will experience that sort of inertia that they'll stop, and it will take them the next 3 years to develop some momentum again. And uh, I mean, it is deserve. It is something that they deserve, honestly. And maybe I have been the sort of person who would judge them for it. But I think at the end of my fourth year, even I have become that slob. And to be very honest, I am not too proud of myself for that. So basically, what you'll see is that people kind of lose interest in just studying. They want to experience, the college life, make friends, go out, bunk classes, and do whatever you want, and basically not exactly the sort of things that your parents or your favorite school teacher would have approved of. Like, it's not the model behavior or the ideal behavior that has been expected out of you until now. But well, it is what it is. I experienced the other kind of inertia, which was um, I, of course, during the gap between my NEET and joining my college, I did try and learn some skills, but eh, nothing really happened. But once I joined my college, I put in a lot of effort in studying, and to be very honest, that hard work did not really convert into results, because for one, there aren't a lot of teachers, at least the way I've experienced education in a medical college. There aren't a lot of teachers who will really encourage you, and they're happy with your performance, but they're not there with you throughout the journey. And you'll work so hard, but there will be something stupid that either affects your performance in a viva, not the final viva, but a viva in between or something like that, and it will not go so well. Or maybe you're kind of used to being supported throughout your journey, but that is something that is lacking. But anyways, I pushed through, and I pushed myself pretty hard. And I would say, like, first year was a difficult year for me, but I would call it a miracle that I got through. And my second year was when I really really studied, and I feel the subjects in my second year were the subjects that I kind of fell in love with. And it did kind of reflect in my performance. In my third year, when I had to give my SPM exam, so essentially the first 3 years of my college life were kind of dominated by SPM. I feel that every college has that one non-clinical branch that really, really uh, overpowers every other branch. And in my college, it's SPM. Like, they'll annoy the living shit out of you from your first year, and they kind of not leave you till your third year. I mean, to be very honest, on a personal front, my life is still affected by SPM professors, but we'll leave that story out. So, yes, SPM, I really, really pushed myself because I did not want to get left behind in SPM. SPM is social and preventive medicine. So it's not just that the performance in your theory exams matters. It is also the fact that you have these family visits that you're supposed to go to. For anyone who's not going through MBBS or has not gone through MBBS, you're supposed to uh, go to villages, and you're supposed to adopt families, and you're supposed to find out information from them. And these I don't blame these people, because there is a small number of villages that they rotate through every year. So after every couple of years, you have third year students wearing white coats entering their houses, and asking questions, and it gets irritating. And of course, there is that overall lack of trust in the government, and the conditions that they're living in, that they don't feel like being disturbed a lot. And then of course, we are supposed to preach to them, which again is something that I'm not a big fan of. There is that absence of a consensual not a doctor patient relationship, but a student villager relationship. There's a lack of consent, and well, I don't know what to say about it. But yes, I did make it through. I scored very well in my SPM exams. I scored really well in my third year. I uh, I was just 1 mark short of a distinction, and I feel that it was something that was kept from me, because the university that my college is linked to does not just give away distinctions. But anyways, so yes, and after this, I had a break, which, like, I had given my everything to my studies in my third year, to the point that I was really, really dragging myself through my fourth year, and it showed. It showed in my performance, in my exams. The formative exams, the tests that happen throughout the year. Towards the end, I did. I was aware of most facts, and uh, I feel that I had read things before other people, but overall I was so fatigued that even though my score, I'm not saying that I scored really well, um, and uh, my score was better than people close to me, but I kind of feel like an imposter. I kind of feel that I don't deserve it, because whatever happened, it happened because of luck, and just or just me banging my head and doing things, and not very handsomely, or in a meaningful way. It did not feel like education. It felt like I was pushing, and I was not walking, and that sort of thing happens. And now again, because fourth year is over, I am on a huge break, and it's kind of hard to gain that momentum again, and I don't have 3 years to do that. A lot of other people in my college, so they took the first 3 years, and they had a very relaxed approach, and in the fourth year they really pulled through. And I guess they have the stamina for NEET PG. I don't. So I hope that not being too hard on myself is okay. But that's a real thing. I don't know if that exists in other fields, but yes, inertia is a thing. And in in a retrospect, I would say that kind of plan ahead. Kind of plan ahead your major breaks, and please do celebrate your breaks. Um, I am not the sort of person who believes that you can work for 12 months and then take 1 month off. I feel that I really like a work life balance that is on a daily basis rather than a weekly or a monthly basis. But yes, when you have a big break, which which could be like post your NEET UG or post your fourth year, relax, relax. If you want to prepare for your NEET PG, again, I haven't given the exam, so I cannot say, but as an intern, I would say that relax, try to learn, um, try to practice what is uh, being taught to you in the sense that the procedural skills that you're supposed to do as an intern. Relax and try to master them. I know ultimately it's going to like you're going to become a PG year one, and then you're going to tell your juniors, your interns to do that thing, and you not be doing a lot of cannulation or sampling. But well, it is what it is. So yes, important lesson learned after 4 years uh, doing MBBS. Really enjoy your breaks when you get breaks, and maintain your work life balance, and be smart about your long term goals. Know when you're supposed to work hard, and know when you're supposed to work smart and balance your life. So yeah, hi, I'm Tanmay, and this was a weird video, and I hope you liked it. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, and please suggest some new topics that you would like me to talk about. Alright.